Hi guys, happy Monday. Welcome to Paper Week, as we call it in the Hudson household. I think most of you guys probably at this point already know what is required for this paper, but I do want to go over a couple of those things. I feel like it never fails that there's like just a handful of people that are a little bit confused on requirements and things like that. I apologize I've been running around my house trying to find some good light, and I'm a little orangey in this light. So for this week, we've got your lecture plus a discussion still due on Thursday. We are jumping from, you read chapter 5 or listened to lecture 5 last week, and we are jumping to chapter 11, and we're going to start talking about the history and stuff of theater. So we will jump back to the stuff in the middle, but I think to me it makes more sense to do it in this order than the order that the book was originally written in. So you'll still have your discussion post due on Thursday for that, and 2 other discussions or replies due to classmates by Saturday. Pulling up your all of your requirements for this paper here. Okay, so this paper again is worth 200 points. The purpose is to research and explain how theater integrates with other social aspects. If you're wondering why you're doing this. So you have a couple different options. Your first option is you can write or you can research a paper that has to do with theater and religion, theater and socialization, theater and politics, theater and subversion, theater and coercion, or theater and empowerment. Okay, and like I had mentioned before when we were gearing up to start this paper, I want you to find 2 or 3 key components of those things and focus on them. Don't give me the rundown of theater and every religion that has incorporated it, because otherwise it will either be like either a book or you'll just give me like 1 line per religion that you're talking about. So find a specific aspect. If you are choosing religion, find a specific religion, find a specific time if you're doing medieval history and the Catholic Church and how they incorporated that, and then just concentrate on 1 to 2 things, making your paper very, very clear and focused. Okay, so you've got those options, or if you have a theater that you're interested in researching, you can research a professional theater, a commercial theater, a nonprofit theater, resident or regional theater, amateur theater, educational theater, community theater, or a hybrid theater. These are going to require most likely some interviews or access to the history of a theater. Please don't research a generic, don't research professional theater and then give me what professional theater means. I would like you to actually research a professional theater company. If you're going to do Studio 10, which is a professional theater company, I want to know their history. I want to know if you've done any interviews with them, interesting things that you found out about that, that kind of thing. So really think more theaters in your city or in your region, okay? So you can either do theater or you can research 1 type of theater. Don't do both. So as far as guidelines, be focused and concise, research the history, interesting facts and stories, shows that have been performed there, failures, successes. Paper should be 500 to 1,000 words, no pictures, and you should have at least 10 citations. And when I say 10 citations, that is 10 sources in your works cited page that you have researched to help you write this paper. It does not mean that you have to quote any of them. But definitely do not quote all of them, otherwise it'll be more quotes than your actual paper. So I just want to see that you went outside of the lectures and outside of your book, if you have it, to research all of this, okay? All papers must be in the MLA style, which I know I've gotten a lot of emails from you guys about. I'm planning on going to those workshops, which are really good. I think they'll help you a lot. All papers must be written in the 3rd person, okay? It's not written in I, okay, which is the 1st person. It's not written in you, which is the 2nd person. It's written in the third person. Okay, so they, them, their, that. Okay, it's really, really important, guys, that you get used to writing in the third person. That is how all academic papers are written, even though it's going to be your opinion, it's going to be your research. This will not be the first class that is like that. Most of you probably already know that, but I am a stickler when it comes to your formatting and the MLA style, and then just what the paper is written in, just because I feel like it's so crucial that you guys learn to write academic papers. And I do say, and for the first two papers, you guys will get the option to rewrite them if you are not happy with the grade. But if you don't have 10 citations, if you are missing your introduction and conclusion is the other, those are your bookends. So you have your introduction, your main points, and then your conclusion. If you're missing your intro or your conclusion, if it is not written in the third person, and if it is not written in MLA style formatting, it is an automatic C. And I do that because I'm hoping that everybody will want to avoid a C like the plague and really, really, really work to make sure that all of the correct criteria and all of that is in there. If there's any confusion, please email me directly. The other thing I did want to talk about just briefly is plagiarism, and I wanted to, in the past teaching this course, I have run across at least one case a semester where this happens, and I just want to make it very clear. I think that sometimes there's confusion on what it actually is. Plagiarism is any not only any sentences or any actual writing, but any thoughts that are not your own. Okay, so if you are quoting somebody or you're using somebody's actual statement about something, obviously you will quote that. But if you are using somebody's idea, you still, even if it's in summary, you still need to give them credit for that, which you'll see if you take the MLA workshop, you'll learn that. But basically, it's just putting their name and the page number or just their name in parentheses at the end of where you have summarized it. I have it's called Turnitin, and it's part of Ball State's eLearn platform. And what that allows me to do is when I submit, or when you submit your paper, it pulls up every source that you maybe have pulled from or quoted, and it'll tell me if you've taken a paper from another like platform on Google, or even if it was a paper that was submitted through Vol State, it will pull that up for me so I can see if you've plagiarized or not. So I would just encourage you right now, like let's not even deal with this semester because it's really not fun. Make sure that all of your thoughts are your own. If they're not, that's fine, but make sure you give credit where credit is due. Other than that, I am really looking forward to reading your papers, and I'm here for you this week if you have any questions. So discussion is due Thursday. 2 thoughts on classmates discussions or their responses due on Saturday, and then your paper is due Sunday at midnight, and I will try and get those back to you as quick as I can. All right, guys, have a good week.